Welcome to English Podcast.
Hello, my dear friends. In this podcast, we will be discussing multiple topics such as improving English, the challenges that come with it, and also relationships. Before I begin, I have a couple of questions for you. Firstly, what problems or challenges do you face while learning English? Secondly, what is the best advice you have ever received? Please comment in the below.
Hey, Alyssa! Do you ever feel nervous while speaking English with someone?
Not really, but why do you ask?
Well, I'm usually good at speaking English and can even think in English fluently. But sometimes when I have to speak, my mind goes blank and I get scared. I end up feeling like I can't continue speaking. Have you ever experienced something like that?
I completely understand if you feel hesitant while speaking in a language that is not your native tongue. It's perfectly normal to feel that way. Just keep in mind that learning a new language takes time, patience, and practice. If you're interested, I can share some tips with you that could help you improve your language skills.
Sure. Should I also learn more vocabulary? Please explain this also.
Well, the problem is not with the vocabulary. The problem is with your hesitation. The hesitation that you face when trying to do something new. Because you're habitual of speaking in your mother tongue. I mean, you are not very used to speaking in English. So hesitation is the issue. It's understandable that speaking in English may feel unfamiliar and uncomfortable. However, it's important to push past this hesitation in order to improve your language skills.
Wow, great, thank you. What would be the second tip?
Sure, I'm not only providing tips to improve your English, but also highlighting the challenges that you might face during your English learning journey. It's important to be aware of these obstacles in order to overcome them and make progress in your language skills.
Of course, it's equally crucial to know the issues to make the learning process smooth.
The second problem that people often face while learning English is the fear of making mistakes. This fear can hold you back from practicing and speaking the language, which is essential for improvement. It's important to remember that making mistakes is a natural part of the learning process, and it's okay to not be perfect. The more you practice, the more confident you will become in your skills.
It's actually true, because most of the time when I make mistakes, I feel very down and want to quit.
There are different problems people might face while making mistakes, and one of them could be the fear of failure. When individuals make mistakes, they might feel like they have failed and become demotivated to try again. This fear of failure can hold them back from achieving their goals and hinder their personal growth.
I am eagerly waiting for the tips. How can I speak fluently in a language?
Ellen, I'm glad you want to improve your language skills. There's no one secret to becoming fluent, but it's always good to keep practicing. Even for someone like me who speaks multiple languages, I am constantly improving and learning new things. Fluency means being able to have a comfortable conversation with someone without feeling limited by your vocabulary or ability to express yourself as a non-native speaker. So my best tip is to keep practicing and try to have conversations with native speakers as much as possible. Hi, Ellen. How are you doing today?
Hi, Alyssa. I'm doing well. How about you?
I've been thinking a lot about relationships lately. It's interesting how they shape our perspectives on love and life.
I totally understand. Relationships, whether romantic or not, can teach us so much about ourselves and others.
Exactly. And sometimes those lessons can be difficult to process, but they ultimately help us grow and become better versions of ourselves.
Yes, it's all about learning and evolving as individuals. And it's comforting to have friends like you to share these experiences with.
I feel the same way, Ellen. It's nice to know that we're not alone on this journey.
Absolutely. So what's next for you on your relationship journey?
Who knows? But I'm excited to find out. And I'm glad to have you by my side through it all.
What are the signs that someone deeply loves you? Because I feel like we live in this world where we're always wondering, do they love me or do they like me? So, how do you know when you deeply love someone and when someone deeply loves you?
Hey Ellen, I totally get what you mean. It can be tough to tell if someone truly loves you or if they're just interested. Some signs that someone deeply loves you could be when they prioritize your needs and make sacrifices for you without expecting anything in return. You might also feel a strong sense of trust, respect, and admiration for one another. When it comes to knowing if you deeply love someone, it's all about how you feel. Do you feel happy and fulfilled when you're with them? Do you think about them often and want to spend time with them? These are just a few things to consider. Does that help?
Thank you so much for the advice, Alyssa. It definitely helps me understand things a bit better. I agree that understanding my feelings is crucial when it comes to knowing if I deeply love someone. I'll keep those things in mind and reflect on my feelings towards them. Once again, thanks for your help.
I have noticed that people tend to fall in love too fast. In my opinion, it's better to go for slow, patient, and understanding love, which is what true love requires. As you mentioned, love is kind, love is patient, and love is understanding. These things take time, and it's important to give yourself that time to truly know if you're in love.
Let's talk about old-time love and present love.
That's an interesting topic, Ellen. When you say old-time love, what exactly do you mean?
Well, I mean the kind of love that our grandparents and great-grandparents had. You know, the kind of love that lasted a lifetime. They didn't have dating apps or social media back then, and yet they were able to find true love and stay committed to each other.
I see what you mean. But I think it's important to remember that every generation has its own challenges when it comes to love and relationships. Nowadays, we have more options and opportunities to meet new people. But that also means we have to deal with more distractions and competition.
That's true. I guess it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of meeting new people and forget about the importance of building a strong and lasting connection.
Absolutely. But I think the key to a successful relationship, regardless of the time period, is communication, trust, and mutual respect. As long as we keep those things in mind, we can find love and happiness in any era.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts on this topic with me. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Alyssa Mia, but you can just call me Alyssa. So how can I assist you today?
Hi Alyssa, may I know where you live?
Well, I live in a small town called Oakville. It's located in the southern part of the state.
Do you work or study?
I'm currently a student. I'm pursuing a 2-year diploma in computer science. After that, I'm hoping to study abroad, either in the UK or the US. I'm really excited about the opportunities that will come with my education, and I can't wait to see where it takes me.
What's the best advice have you ever received?
That's a great question, Ellen. I would say the best advice I've ever received is to never stop learning and growing as a person. This advice has helped me to constantly push myself out of my comfort zone and seek new opportunities for personal and professional development. By taking on new challenges and learning from my mistakes, I've been able to achieve things I never thought possible and become a more well-rounded individual. It's a mindset that has served me well, and I try to apply it to every aspect of my life.
Who is your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is Mr. Robinson, who teaches my technology class. I really like his teaching style and find his instructions to be the most helpful so far.
So, what's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is actually computer science. I find it fascinating to learn about how computers work and how we can use them to solve complex problems. It's a subject that challenges me, but also inspires me to learn more. By the way, what's your favorite subject, Ellen?
That's really cool, Alyssa. Computer science sounds like a fascinating field. As for me, my favorite subject has always been biology. There's just something magical about studying living organisms and understanding how they function and interact with each other and their environment. From the tiniest microorganisms to the most complex ecosystems, biology never fails to amaze me. Plus, it's so relevant to our everyday lives, from healthcare to conservation efforts. It's like unraveling the secrets of life itself. Hey, where do people usually learn from teachers?
The most common place to learn from teachers is at school, usually in a classroom setting. However, with the rise of technology, it's becoming increasingly popular to learn from teachers online. You can attend virtual classrooms or even watch educational videos on platforms like YouTube.
Do you like animals?
Oh, absolutely. Animals are awesome, aren't they? They bring so much happiness and excitement to our lives. Whether it's a cute puppy playing around or a beautiful bird soaring in the sky, there's just something so special about them. What about you, Ellen? Do you have a favorite animal?
Oh, definitely. I'm a huge animal lover too. There's just something so wonderful about the way they bring joy into our lives. I'd say my favorite animal is probably a dog. They're so loyal and full of unconditional love, don't you think?
If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
Hello, friends! In today's episode, we'll be discussing a very crucial, informative, and interesting topic. I hope you'll enjoy the conversation and learn a lot from this video. If you do learn something, try implementing it in your own life to improve yourself. Plus, by improving your English, you'll also gain some knowledge. I promise that you won't be disappointed if you stick around till the end. Before we begin, let me ask you a question. Which social media platform do you use the most? Which one do you think is the best? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. What's the mean, dark side of social media? Well, social media can have negative effects on our mental health and well-being. For example, constant comparison with others, cyberbullying, and addiction are some of the dark sides of social media.
Hi, Tom. It's been a while since we last saw each other. You look tired. Are you feeling okay?
Hey, Daisy. Yeah, I've been feeling a bit weak lately. Some of my friends pointed it out to me, and now I'm starting to take it seriously.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything going on that might be making you feel this way? Have you been taking good care of yourself lately?
I'm feeling a bit lost lately. I've been spending most of my time at home and not doing much physical activity like I used to. It's making me feel a little down, you know?
I understand your situation, and I'm here to help. I recommend taking a break from online video games and limiting your social media use to the extent possible. Additionally, consider taking a short walk outside to refresh your mind and improve your mood. These simple steps can have a significant impact on your overall well-being.
Wow, great tips. Hey, Daisy, don't you use social media or play video games?
I don't like to play games online. How about you?
I enjoy playing games online, as you know, but I can understand why some people might not like it. What about social media? Do you use it often?
Yes, I do use social media, but I think there should be a limit to its usage. It can be a bit overwhelming at times.
When something is overwhelming, it means it feels like too much or too intense. Imagine trying to carry a huge pile of books all at once. It's too much for you to handle comfortably. Similarly, when someone says social media can be overwhelming, they mean it feels like there's too much information or it's too stressful to handle. For example, someone might say, I find social media overwhelming because there are so many posts and notifications to keep up with.
I don't keep my phone with me all the time and try to keep it at a distance.
I completely understand. It's important to find a healthy balance in everything we do, especially when it comes to social media. I never felt that I was wasting my valuable time from my life.
Yeah, it's definitely a serious problem. Nobody talks openly on this topic. Now you tell me how much time to spend on social media every day.
I don't really count how much time I spend on social media, but if I had to guess, I'd say I spend about 4 to 5 hours on it each day. How about you, Daisy?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not very active on social media. I usually spend around 20 minutes to an hour, but not more than that. I like to limit my time on social media and focus on other things.
I feel like it's hard to find enough time to meet my friends and improve my relationships with them. Instead of celebrating with them offline, I often end up tagging them a happy birthday on social media.
It's a great point. It's better to call and talk to your friends instead of just tagging them on social media. I believe that personal conversations are more meaningful than just wishing someone online. It's important to maintain our relationships in real life and not just on social media. What do you think? Do you prefer having a real conversation with your friends or just tagging them on social media?
Honestly, I completely agree with you, Daisy. Personal conversations definitely feel more genuine and meaningful. I've been trying to make more effort to connect with my friends offline. It's just so much more fulfilling than a quick tag or comment online.
Well, do you use Facebook?
Yes, sometimes. And what about you?
Not really. As we know, Facebook was founded in 2004 by Harvard University student Mark Zuckerberg. Many Facebook users around the world are addicted to Facebook, the second largest website in the world. They spend most of their day on Facebook. Before going to sleep, many of them post statuses, and when they wake up, they post new statuses again.
However, just as there are many positive aspects of Facebooking, there are also some negative aspects. A big university in the US found out about these bad things in their research.
Did you know that there are some downsides to using Facebook? Some studies have shown that excessive use of Facebook can have a negative impact on our mental health and well-being. For example, constantly comparing ourselves to others on social media can make us feel unhappy or inadequate. Additionally, the more time you spend on Facebook, the worse you'll feel. Research shows that people tend to compare themselves with others who receive more likes on their posts. Seeing others' beautiful, funny profile pictures can make one feel their own life is less exciting or colorful in comparison.
I don't know what they get in return for posting these. Are there other studies investigating how Facebook can make us feel bad?
2 researchers, Holly B. Shakya and Nicholas A. Christakis, studied how using social media affects people's well-being. They looked at how people use Facebook, like giving likes to posts, making their own posts, and clicking on links. The researchers also asked people to name 4 friends they talk to about important things and 4 friends they hang out with. They collected this information for 2 years to see how social media affects people's well-being over time. The researchers found that having a good social network in real life is good for people's well-being, but spending more time on Facebook is bad for physical and mental health and life satisfaction. They also found that people who give more likes and click on more links tend to have lower well-being. Spending a lot of time on Facebook also makes people feel worse after a few days.
Not only that, but also lack of privacy. There are many things about ourselves that we don't want everyone to know. But because of Facebook, even if you don't want to, it can share those things. It's like your mind is being read unknowingly. It's better to keep personal matters personal by staying away from Facebook.
Research from the psychology department at Utah University has shown that many people feel disappointed with their own lives when they see others' success or happy news on Facebook. It drains their mental strength to take life positively.
Hey, I was wondering if you know anything about TikTok addiction. I heard that it's more addictive than Instagram or YouTube. Is that true?
Yes, Tom. There have been some studies that show that TikTok can be more addictive than other social media platforms like Instagram or YouTube. One of the reasons for this is that TikTok uses an algorithm that shows users the content they are most likely to enjoy. And this can make users spend more time on the app.
That's interesting. I've also noticed that some of my friends spend hours scrolling through TikTok videos.
Absolutely. Did you know that on TikTok you don't even have to search for videos? You can just swipe and the next video will start playing automatically. And the rewards are instant, with new rewards every 20 or 25 seconds. It's designed to keep you engaged for longer periods of time.
Hey Daisy, what are your thoughts on watching short videos?
Well, I believe that we should try to limit our time watching short videos as much as possible.
Yeah, it's really easy to get sucked into watching them for hours.
Exactly. The problem is that we get quick bursts of entertainment, but it's not very fulfilling in the long run. Plus, it can be a big distraction from other important things in our lives.
That's a good point. I've noticed that I tend to procrastinate more when I'm watching videos.
Yes, that's a common problem. Sometimes we just need to be aware of how we're spending our time and make a conscious effort to prioritize things that are more productive or fulfilling.
I see.
Hey, I just wanted to bring up an important topic with you. It's easy to get addicted to online games, and this isn't just a problem for adults. Kids can get hooked too. Parents need to monitor their children's screen time and limit their access to mobile devices. Encourage your kids to play outside or spend time with friends and family. Let's make sure we're all living balanced and healthy lives, okay?
Absolutely. But I think that children should not be allowed to use mobile phones. I believe that mobile phones can distract children from their studies and affect their overall growth and development. However, if children need to use mobile phones for studying, they should do so under the supervision of their parents. This way, parents can ensure that their children are using mobile phones for study purposes only and not getting distracted by other things. It is important to strike a balance between using technology for academic purposes and enjoying other activities that promote overall growth and development.
Hey, have you ever noticed how uneasy and uncomfortable we feel when someone takes our mobile phone for a few minutes, even in an emergency? Our minds are constantly thinking about our phones, right? It's because we're so used to being connected to our devices all the time. But it's important to take a break from our phones once in a while and focus on other things around us. This can help us feel more relaxed and refreshed. What do you think? Have you ever tried taking a break from your phone?
Absolutely, Daisy. It's essential to take breaks from our devices and live in the moment. Personally, I've found that disconnecting from my phone and spending time with friends and family can be incredibly refreshing. What about you? Have you found any specific activities or hobbies that help you unwind and disconnect from technology?
Absolutely, Tom. I totally agree with you. Disconnecting from technology can really recharge our batteries. For me, I've also been reading religious books and self-development books. They've been a great escape from the digital world.
We should try everything that can help to stay away from devices.
Did you know that social media apps are designed in a way that makes you want to keep using them?
Really? Why is that?
Well, the companies that make these apps have done a lot of research to figure out what makes people want to keep scrolling. They even hire experts in psychology to study how people's minds work.
That's interesting. So, what kind of things do they do to keep people using the app?
Everything from the colors they use to the way the buttons are arranged on the screen. They know how to make the app look and feel addictive so that people want to keep using it. And they pay these experts a lot of money to do it.
What tips would you suggest to help people avoid falling into the trap of social media?
To overcome social media addiction, one of the ways is to uninstall the apps from your phone. The reason behind it is easy accessibility. If you want to break the addiction cycle, you need to reduce the ease of access. Nowadays, it's effortless to access social media platforms like Facebook. You just need to unlock your phone and tap on the app icon. So, what can we do to limit our usage? One of the solutions is to log in through your browser instead of using the app. It won't be as easy as it is now to open those apps. If you find it hard to do this, you can turn off all notifications from Facebook. Another option is to use social media only on your laptop. This can also help you reduce your social media usage.
If you found the video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.